Howdy, y'all. My name is Preston. I'm coming at you with some more Be Happy. That's right, we're playing more Be Happy. Okay, so what's going on in this crazy magical world? Well, in my hand, I hold the key to everything that we've always wanted and dreamed of, aka the Botanic gene sample that we were supposed to get. It was really, really long trying to get that sucker, and I had to even ask, Azure, you're getting called out a lot in this series because you're answering a lot of my questions. Azure answered in our Discord chat. I was talking to him about this stuff. I was like, why is it taking so long to get mono? What's going on? Am I doing something wrong? And it turns out, nope, it's just that it does take that long. So I had to go and essentially breed a whole bunch of stacks of drones, which remember, we have several bee species that have like fertility 3 or 4. So I just threw some lifespan upgrades on there and got a bunch of, it was like, what was it mostly? I think it was mostly one of the ones that produce mundanes, not sinisters. I did a bunch of unwearies because we know we made a bunch of those, and then one of those other ones, mysticals and things. And so I was able to finally get enough mana to start producing drones. And I had to go through a couple of drones of those. It's not botanic, the rooted drones. In order to turn them into botanic drones, then run them through our gene sampler here, and I got a couple of crappy genes before I ended up getting the one that we wanted. And so you can see I've got just a whole bunch of these over here who are just like generating a bunch of drones and things. And then here's our rooted queen now. I used most of the drones that we've gotten up until this point. These guys do produce mundane cones, which is really nice because that has helped us a little bit, and I've actually put a couple of other, at least one, I think this guy, the mystical queen I've been using in order to also get mundanes because we need them for something coming up. But we got the gene, so let's go ahead and let's finish this quest that's associated with this that we started last time. And again, remember, these next few episodes are going to be pretty short because of my time constraints coming up, so just keep that in mind. But let's take this gene, let's get our rewards. So now we have our Rocky and our genetic template. So now we should be able to take this gene template with that and with this Rocky to create our Botanic Bee, which apparently is something that we really, really need. So I need Botanic. Wait. Oh, no, that's right. You go like this. You go Genetic template. Okay, we got that. Oh, I just noticed something. Holy crap. Oh, these genetic templates are way better than I thought. You can actually apply one gene for each area. Oh, can I? Let me see something real quick. I've got my fertility 3s. Can I add that to this? Can I override the one that's there? Heck yeah, fertility 3. Interesting. Okay, before we do anything, let me just quickly look up the Botanic Bee and see what its default stats are, if we can. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have to have one before I can find out, and I already killed the ones that I have in order to check their information. That's fine, though. At least then we've already made this a little bit better because we knew it was fertility 2, so now we're forcing it to be fertility 3. So that's great. Let's grab some labware. Let's put that in there. We only need one. I don't know why I'm doing that. Don't waste the labware. Don't put the labware anywhere it doesn't need to be. Genetic template, and then we take our... Wait. Yeah. Because we have the species. We mix it with this Rocky. That's why it had fertility too, because they wanted the Rocky. It's the Rocky stats that we're overriding. That's what we're overriding. Oh. And then I think we get to keep the genetic template, right? I don't think that gets used up. Which is also great, because once you have a good template for bees, that means you can hold on to it. Like, honestly, once we get a good template with high fertility, high everything, right? We can just use that on every bee and just leave the species and what it produces as what it should be. All right, so we have a Botanic Princess. Crap, now I have to get another Botanic drone. Oh, boy. Well, that's fine. I'm going to do that in between episodes because that's... Going through the mana process, I'll go ahead and start getting some drones over there, getting turned into stuff, but it takes so long, you guys. It's honestly, it's one of those ones I cannot wait until we're able to generate mana just using the bees and things, because it takes so long. Now, more valuable drones do give you more energy, and so I had actually considered giving the fertility 3 to my Oryx. I didn't realize then I'm going to be able to use genetic templates over and over. So I may actually do something like that over the next couple of episodes. Like I may try and get myself a wintry bee so I can get fertility 4. I'll put that on a genetic template and I'll start applying that to a bunch of our bees that produce us things like iron and whatnot, because holy heck, they're so great. Okay, so basically this is what you do. You take a full stack, you throw that stack on there, and you let it be, and it'll just keep on going through it as long as you don't let it despawn. So I can't go into the nether while I'm allowing these things to be eaten. Otherwise, they might despawn. Land on the appropriate spot. So yeah, I mean, it really is just like we sit here and we wait. And so you'll look. Let me pull out my wand so you guys can get an idea of what this is like. So if I look like this, see, every time I'm right-clicking, it's basically telling me, like, it's updating me on how much mana is in there. So as I keep doing this, you see it slowly goes up, and then a tiny bit of mana jumps into this guy. And so if I sat here for a while, we would notice that the little blue bar will go up a teensy little bit, but it's going up. So we're going to let that be. Oh, you know what? We're fine. I'm not going to. I was like, I'm going to go to bed. And then I was like, ooh, if I go to bed, it might despawn as well. So we're not going to go to bed right now. It's fine. Our bees aren't going to be producing anything. But that's not what we're going to be worrying about right now anyways. So what is it that I want to work on? Well, we got our botanic species. That's great. Mystical flower stuff. We now need to get petals, which we're going to be getting, I assume, from these botanic bees once we start allowing it to produce, right? Let's actually check the botanic queen real quick. Use is... bee breeding, yes. Bee produce, yes. Okay, so they produce all of the different petals. I really need to soon figure out how to get a sorting system. Once we have the diamantes and once we have redstone, we're going to be able to make a whole bunch of the resources that we need. So, speaking of that, we know we're limited on the diamante until I can make the alchemy catalyst so that I can get the cactus, so I can get the mundane guy, or not the mundane, modest. Frugal. So I can get the frugal guy so I can mix that in order to get the diamante bee. So we know we're limited there. However, if we go and look at this train right here, we see that we need molten combs in order to be able to get down the path where we can eventually get these destabilized drones and princesses, which will produce for us redstone. Let's look at these molten combs real quick. Usages. That'll get us refractory wax and honey. What does refractory wax do? It creates a refractory capsule. Can I... Oh, I was hoping that maybe this was destabilized as well and that I could use it in some fashion like that, but that's fine. Okay, so with all that, I actually gathered up a bunch of mundane combs from the guys that I was doing over there. And let's see real quick. If we go to the store, the bee store, you'll see that we have, I think infernals are the one that I want. Let me just really quickly double check. Usage, produce, molten combs. Yes, so molten combs are what we want so that we can get to the next step. So let's get these guys. Manual submit, claim reward. And so these guys, I believe, are nether bees. So let's just go ahead and check this real quick. Might as well. Infernal, nether, slowest, 2 times. That's not bad. Hellish. Yeah, so these guys want to be in the nether for sure. And that's fine. So let me go, and I'm actually going to run over here towards the magic because I do worry about this stuff despawning. Unless it's all gone already. All right, they'd already ate it all up. All right, there we go. So let's look at this. Yep, you can see the mana went up just a tiny bit. So we're going to have to do that several times in order to get the botanic bee. So basically, don't worry about the magic side of things. I'm going to be doing most of that off camera for the next few episodes, just simply because of the time component of it. But let's go ahead and take this infernal bee, and we'll put him in our, back out, in our, this place. And we've got our lifespan upgrades on there, so that's great. Ooh, you know what? Because I need the combs, I actually should bring some automation and production upgrades as well. And it's going to be tricky because what that means is I'm going to have to worry about the damage that they do to me as I come in. But that also gives us another idea really quickly. What does it take to make you? Silk mesh, silk wisps. Where do I get these from? Silky propolis, which comes from silky combs, which comes from malicious, infectious, viscous, virulent, gluttonous, sticky, caustic, corrosive, acidic, transmuting, tropical, wispy bees. So these are all the jungle bees. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that anytime soon. That's too bad. That's too bad. Is that the only way you can get silk wisps? Yep, appears to be. Do silk wisp. Produce. So it can also be produced by wispy queens. Okay, well, that's something that we'll have to work on in the future. So otherwise, we're just going to have to run in there, get hit, take the hit, and run. Let's grab... We don't need you guys all being super, Mr. Watery Drones, because they're pretty low tier compared to what we're doing. So if we do this, this should allow us to quickly cycle them through, and hopefully we'll be able to get a fair amount of molten combs generating along. And then while we do that, we can work on some other stuff. So let's do this. Let's grab you and you. You working? Just want to make sure it works. Don't hurt me too much. Please don't hurt me too much. Please don't hurt me too much. You working? Yep, it's working. Okay. Whew. Okay, we're going to let that run. So hopefully that'll give us a whole bunch of molten combs. And now let's look at some of the other quests that we have waiting for us. Because since both of these quests really require us to just kind of wait, I don't want us to waste too much time, and so it's either I cut off the episode now and maybe jump ahead a little bit, or we kind of work on a couple of other projects while we wait. So let's look at some of these other quests that we haven't really jumped too much into, because there are a few that I'm interested in actually doing. So if we look at the resources one, we have the clay, and we also have these guys, which I just realized now, these sticky princesses, which, wait a minute, don't these ones give you silky? Didn't we just find out that these guys give you silky stuff? Mucus combs, silky combs. We're making these guys. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so how much of this do we need? We need 64 slime balls. Guess what, you guys? We have so much propolis and so much pollen, which is what you use for that. Actually, we don't have a ton of propolis now that I look at it. I gotta start doing more of this. Oh, you know what? It's not dripping that gives us that. It's the stringy. Okay, wow, that changes things. So we're going to really want to get these sticky bees. These ones, they produce for you slime balls, but they also, as you just saw there, they will produce for us some string, which is going to be great because then we can actually make ourselves the apiarist suit, which is going to protect us from those dangerous bees like that. So I'm going to have to be cycling through a whole bunch of stringy combs in order to get, I think we're going to need 6 stacks of propolis, if I'm not mistaken, and 3 stacks of pollen. We've already definitely got 3 stacks of pollen. Let me go look at the... How many slime balls do I have? I know I have made 1 because we made it last time, right? I'm wondering, does this combination of stuff only make 1 or does it make many? I think it just makes 1. So let's just go ahead and go over here. Oh, see, we already have a bunch of it still in here though. So we do have a little bit more propolis than I thought. So let's grab you. You guys are full. So we can at least get a handful of slime ready to go. But we're going to still have to go for the full amount. So either way, that's going to take us some time as well. Now, let's look at those other bees, the other ones that I was going to think about making. So we want slime balls for those guys. Okay, these clay bees. So we need 128 clay. How do we get clay? Well, to get clay, we're going to actually need to go and create a bee that gets us clay combs. Or we could get glittering earthy combs or earthy combs. Where do earthy combs come from? An earthen bee. That makes sense. Rockin', skystone, grounded. Okay. Or... let's look at this again. I wish there was like a back button there. There might be a go back button, but I don't know. So clay combs. River bees are what we're wanting to try and get. So how do we get a river? That is a water plus a diligent. Easy peasy. So let us get... wait a minute. With diligent, right? I'm kind of low on diligence now that I think about it. Now we got enough. 1. And then do we have an extra water? Don't think so, but that's fine because I should have enough of this to go to our store and we'll buy ourselves we'll buy ourselves a water. Manual submit. It was only 64. Claim reward. So now we got 1 of each. And we'll mix you with a diligent drone, and that should give us a river princess. So now we'll have to see, can the river princess actually produce out here, or am I going to have to do something with its rates? So let us go ahead and grab our mutagen, or advanced mutatron, excuse me, diligent, and where's our queen? Water. So we want a river for right now. Basically what I'm hoping is that we don't actually have to have them in an ocean biome. Otherwise, we're going to kind of be in the same position we were in before, where it's like, all right, well, we're stuck until we can emulate those things. Lily pad, slow, shortest, average, water. Damp is what it likes. Tolerant flyer, yes. Diurnal, yes. But up and one down this, so you should be fine, actually. So let's go ahead and pop you in. Where's one that I can just lose for right now? Ferris, we want you to keep going. Industrious. Ooh, I mean, you're being helpful with that, for sure. So anything else? Hey, how you doing? What are you? Auric. See, we're getting out of the point now where it's like, I do need to start producing more of these. And again, we're going to be limited by redstone. Once I have redstone, we'll be fine. Redstone and diamonds, man. That's where we're at. All right, so then I guess let us, Mr. Mystical, I'm going to take you out for now. Oh, there was no queen there for a bit. Why aren't you guys mixing properly? It said there's no queen, but that is a queen. That is literally a queen. All right, oh, it just said that when I pulled it out. Okay, I was like, what is going on? All right, let's see this. Are you gonna work? Want to make sure that you're gonna work? Come on, little buddy, do you work? Work. Why am I getting this loading symbol? No, it's okay, it's really great. And then as far as produce goes, let's take a little bit from you. That on there. Okay. Well, it's working. So we're going to let that guy run out as well so that we can hopefully get towards clay. So we've got that going. Let's look at what other bees we've got up in this little place in the resources tab. Because there are a bunch of these that like I hadn't thought about even, but they're like just little helpful resources here and there. So bone meal is a useful one to get, right? Ink. Cookies. Well, I mean, that's just cookies. Is this a cookie bee? A cookie bee? Can I have a cookie bee? Sulfur and blaze powder, blaze rods, that's going to be important to be able to generate. But I need 64 of these, so obviously, you know, how am I going to get those? Smoldering bees are how you produce them. Where am I going to get them? Am I going to have to go into the deep, dark depths of the nether? Or will I create a smoldering queen by mixing a ghastly with a hateful? How do you make a ghastly? With a baddie and an ethereal? How do you make a baddie? With a skulking and a windy? How do you make a skulking? With a modest and an eldritch? Aha! So that's how you get down that route. Interesting. Getting a lot of dangerous bees coming around here. Okay. Well, let's go check on our nether guys, and then we may be in the position of having to do another kind of break, and then I'll do the next episode once we pick back up. Okay. They're going, and they've wasted half their energy. I guess that is true. I could always go ahead and do that. All right, we have 6. How many do I need? Probably a lot. Industrial factory. 32. All right, I mean, it's not that bad. You know, I've had worse hauls. Oh. Part of me wonders if I should try and get another, you know? Because I could. It would go twice as fast. But I think we'll be fine. So let's... Yeah. So then, beyond that, let's look at a couple of other things that we're going to be doing coming up in the future, because some of this stuff is also going to be important. So simmering, I haven't gotten simmerings yet. I wish they would tell you what these genes are so you could actually pick intelligently, because I don't know if you guys know this. We have 4 genes that we got from a quest earlier. They're all flowers, snow. How does that help anybody? I don't have no snows. Come on. So we need to get simmering combs for that quest. That might be helpful. This climate control one is something that's going to be amazing for us going forward. So what we need is this climate control module. It's a bronze, bunch of bronze, and some redstone. It's one of those things where if I had the redstone being generated, I would feel much more comfortable going down that path. And I bet you we'll start to get some more upgrades that help to make it easier to keep bees out here. But I only have, I think, 3 redstone left. So I'm getting into this zone of like, can I afford it? Can I really make that choice? If we're going down this route, and then for this guy, all we need to do done is created a bunch of redstone. Is it these guys that are going to get me redstone, or do I have to breed through to get redstone? Because if I got to breed through to get redstone, I got to figure out what is it that is going to lead me to these destabilized. So spiteful leads to destabilized. So spiteful plus industrious. We've got plenty of industrious. Where do I get spiteful from? Spiteful is infernal and hateful. We already have the infernals over there. Let's go look at the store. Can we get hatefuls as well? Because I think they might actually be... No, that's embittered. Embittered. Do I have any hatefuls? I know I keep finding out, like I have things like eldritch and whatnot that I didn't think I had. No, looks like not. Okay. I also, let's see, can I make a bag? Is that what it's called? No? Is it Apiarist's bag? Yeah. This thing is something I should definitely make at some point soon. Basically, it is a portable version of this guy. Okay, so how do we get that hateful bee then? Okay, recipe is Infernal plus Eldritch. We can do that. So we need to do Infernal plus Eldritch to get the hateful, and we need to take that hateful, cycle it through, and then take the hateful plus the Industrious to get the destabilized, and then we're solid. Let me look at the destabilized. Does it produce molten combs? Use. Occult and electric. It doesn't produce molten. So I was thinking like, oh, cool, I could totally get the destabilized and we'll be fine there and let it produce the moltens, but we're not going to be able to. So here's what I need to do. I need to come in here. I need to, ooh, goodness. Grab you. Let's get you out of here real quick. Thank you. We're doing this because I also need to do this so we can recharge this sucker. And, oh, you know what? Actually, let's take out the automation upgrade. That's what we're going to do. We'll leave you in here for now. We're going to take this back and charge it. There's a little bit of an energy buffer in there. So then what we're going to do is I will use the Eldritch Queen that we have, or the Eldritch Princess, in order to do this, which is a risk. But if we look at this area, what does it take to get another Eldritch? Are they not available? Is that really the case? Is there no Eldritch in the store? Am I just missing something? Serene, marshy, valiant, tropical, sorceress, mystical, unusual, rocky meadows, forest, water, wintry, modest, cultivated, common, infernal, noble, embittered, majestic, imperial. Okay, that's a problem then. So we have 2 drones, but so we need that queen. We need that queen if we're gonna do it. Which should be fine, because then after that we can use an Industrious Queen. Do I have an extra Industrious? I do. Okay, so while we wait, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle this Industrious one through. Who can I move? Really starting to run out of the ability to move things around. Okay, so y'all... It's Industrious? This is Industrious. Come here. There's too many bees! My goodness. Let's go put away all this watery stuff. I think we're going to have to end up calling it here in a second. So let me just quickly do this. So get rid of all that. Let's charge this sucker up. So, well, now we know what we're going to be doing in the next episode. And we may just like pick up. I may let a little bit of resources build up, but we may just kind of pick up right where we left off here in a second with a little bit coming in. So are you charging up? Yes, you are. Okay, cool. Now let's look at you. How are you doing? All right, so there's a bunch of that stuff. Stringies. Who's got the stringies? You got stringies. Cool. So we go like this. We go like this. Let me take some of this honey. And we're going to do a little bit of this. Yeah. And I think honeydew also does the same. I was using the noble, or what do you call them? The ones that are dripping combs. I was using dripping combs earlier, and that was working pretty well. Can I get this to auto output? I don't think I can, which is unfortunate. Because I'd love it if it would just go straight up into that little thing up there. I can bucket it in. I'll do that eventually. That's fine. I could also probably get like a liquid transposer deal, and that would do it too. But that's fine. So with the amount of propolis that we have, is this going to be enough to get us what we need in terms of slime balls? Probably not, but we should be close. I mean, like I said, we need a stack. I don't think that this is enough to add to what we've already got. Nope. Definitely not. But it's getting us closer to that. So overall, I think where we're at is, we're getting there with a lot of the stuff that we want to do. We're not quite there, but we're almost there. Almost there. So this Eldritch drone, let me just, I'm going to lay this stuff out for myself just so I know exactly what I'm going to be doing in the near future. So we're going to be mixing where is the Eldritch? I know I had you. Guess I didn't grab it. Eldritch. All right, so we need 1 Eldritch drone. Is going to be mixed with, I think we said, Infernal. Recipe. I think it's Eldritch and Infernal, if I'm not mistaken. That was the whole deal. So we're gonna mix Eldritch and Infernal. Let's put you over here. And we also are going to need Industrious, which is over there. Kind of lighten up. Boop, boop. Industrious man. Where'd you go with your industrious plan? Almost. Give me a second. Come on. Come on. Yeah, all right. We got our industrious. So let's go ahead and do that now. And then we can swap out those guys. And that'll be a good place to end. In the next episode, we can come through and we can do the final, what do you call it? Mutation in order to get the next one. So come here. And we'll put the industrious away. We got the queen, or the princess, rather. And just to double check, this is my second one, right? I have another one over here producing as well. This guy, right? Yes, okay, so we're not, ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of those. Pop a bunch of those in there. So definitely next time we're gonna be able to get that sticky princess thing, so that's cool. Let's go ahead through here. Oh. And then I'll also be able to get the botanic thing dealt with. A lot of these little things, these kind of interim things, it's great. So you, all right, you ran out of energy. That sucks. So we'll deal with you. Oh, we'll deal with you in the next episode. So I'll let that run a little bit longer. I had a feeling that would happen. I was hopeful that there was enough internal energy that it would get by, but that's fine. Oh, get out of there. Okay. Wow. All right. So, but with all that, I gotta call it somewhere because I gotta go out of town. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do, and so I gotta record a whole bunch of episodes all at once. So, with all of that, thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to give this video a like, a favorite, and subscribe to the channel. My name has been Price. Be sure to tune in next time where we continue our journey with these bees, and I will see y'all next time.